So I tried cheating once in my 9th standard or 10th standard, I can't remember quite clearly, and fortunately I was caught by my teachers. At that time I thought, how unlucky was I? And then I have seen my friends, like when I was like in my school standard, I was thinking that my friends were in a relationship with some guys, but I'm not. How unlucky was I? I was thinking this on that moment too. But then I thought, there is something different. Like I have a good family, alhamdulillah. I have everything quite like which should be needed in a life. So I'm also getting quite proper education. Like I have got good friends, I have got people who care for me, etc. So what's that which is lacking? There was nothing, because remember, if you have one bad thing in your life, then there will be 3 good things in the contrary of that one bad thing. So this is how love for Allah changed my life. In this video, I'll be explaining the 2 branding components which are the precursors of getting a good life, and after following those precursors, what are the rewards that I have got and you can get too. So let's start. So the first point or the first precursor for getting a better life is praying 5 times and reading the Quran. Now, these 2 things are the source of my strength and patience. You can also check this video out where I have explained how Salat changed my life. It will be given on that I button. You can just click there and watch that. And then one thing I want to mention is that the way today I'm going, I wasn't this me. Like I wasn't this version of myself 5 to 6 years back. So I have changed myself, right? You can go through my video playlists and find out how I was 5 years back and how I changed myself in just 1 year by following these points. Yes, I agree that once I was kind of lost in my world. It wasn't like I was kind of a disbeliever of my religion, but it was like I was not able to create any kind of habit for following these kinds of things, like praying 5 times a day, reading the Quran, then maintaining my health properly, maintaining like everything, whatever there is in our religion. So I wasn't kind of building a habit for those, but now I am changing. So that's the whole point. So if you ask me then that what would you choose, like the 5 or 6 years back yourself or today? So I would just close my eyes and say that yes, I would choose the today version of myself. Okay, because the way today I'm going is actually, I can imagine how my future is going to be, inshallah. So all these things, all these imaginary visions is only possible because I have been maintaining myself the way my Almighty want. So that's the main point. And also you'd be asking me, with all those kinds of difficulties, how you are getting rewards. Now that's the main point, my friend. One thing I want to mention is, if you are not connected to Allah, that is more tough. I mean, it's usually tough to pray 5 times, maintaining 5 times, maintaining your fasting, maintaining to read the Quran. These all are tough. But do you know what is more tough? Is that not having any connection to your Almighty. So that barrier I have crossed, alhamdulillah, and for that reason I have gone through those rewards, which I'll be explaining furthermore in this video. So the second precursor is staying away from sinful acts or doubtful acts. Now I have a whole video on how to stop comparing yourself with others, and in that video I have also mentioned how comparing yourself with others is ultimately doing a sin. Alright, you need to watch that video. So Almighty has already mentioned about shaitan in the Holy Quran, in all those hadiths, etc. And he has also mentioned that shaitan will do anything he needs to get or distract yourself. Alright, so we have been already facing shaitan daily, every day, every single moment of our life. So how can we actually refrain ourselves from his kind of acts? So that's the weapons that we have already got in our religion or in the Holy Quran, and those are like kind of reading Surah Nas, Surah Al-Falaq, Surah Kafirun, then Surah Ikhlas, then reading Ayatul Kursi. All these kinds are the strongest weapons against doing any kind of evil or sinful acts or even doubting yourself. I know this might have happened to you too. That is, sometimes we doubt ourselves, sometimes we doubt our Almighty, Astaghfirullah, or a messenger, etc. All these things are quite natural, okay, for a human being. But how can you understand whether your Iman is getting stronger or not? And with this point, I want to say that if you are thinking positively, even staying in a negative situation, that is how you can understand that you are getting towards Allah and you are getting your Iman stronger. Recently in my Facebook page, I have also mentioned a status which you can find familiar to. You can check that out in my Facebook page and also can hit the like button if you want. So the next precursor is my journey towards hijab. Now, a lot of my friends who have been with me in my school and my college life already know that I didn't used to wear hijab when I was in my school life or in my higher secondary section. I didn't used to wear hijab. But that's the thing when I understood that I was thinking hijab wouldn't suit me at all. But now I feel that I look far more better in hijab. When I compare myself with myself, obviously. So that's the thing. Hijab also makes you preserved, or also makes you or brings a change both spiritually and physically. And physically is how you will feel like you are staying away from non-mahrams, or the people who are not allowed to see your beauty. So those are non-mahrams in our religion. So I'm actually kind of staying away from those people, or also from kind of evil eyes. Now you might ask this question that I'm wearing hijab but still people teases me, or boys teases me, boys looks me through evil eyes. Dude, that's not your problem. You have already done your job. Now you are doing nothing faulty. Now if they are giving you evil looks or evil eyes, then that's not your fault. Just stay calm, okay? The spiritual part which I want to mention is that I was feeling kind of, as I have told earlier, that more preserved. I was feeling more connected to my Almighty, because this is a guidance from my Almighty which I have started following. So for that reason, my subconscious mind was telling me that, okay, so you are getting one step closer to Almighty through this. Actually, getting dressed properly is for both man and woman in our religion. And if a man is giving you evil look, then he might not be following what Allah has mentioned. Otherwise, he would not have given you that evil look. So recently I have uploaded a video. You can watch that too. I have mentioned different informative things in that video. And well, if you don't know about hijab, or you want to argue that yes, hijab is not necessary, blah blah blah, then I want to mention that please, if you're watching my video, then that means you are enough able to capture the knowledges. So capture knowledge first, learn, and then decide what you have to do. The next precursor is really cool, and that is one of my favorite, which is balancing my worldly life and akhirah life. Now this is the thing which I have been practicing for last 3 to 4 years, and that is how students usually mention this thing that I'm studying really hard, I don't get time to pray, I don't get time to fast, it makes me weak because my exams are coming, blah blah blah, all those shits. I don't know what you are thinking right now, is that this world is temporary, this is going to end. So what are you preparing for? Of course, in this world you need to fulfill your dreams, but side by side you have to also complete those things which have been guided by our Almighty, because what are you going to answer then to Him? Okay, so for that reason you have to always surround yourself with these thoughts that, well, this world is necessary, but this is going to end. I'm going to end somewhere else where I have to answer some questions to my Almighty. Am I ready for that? So at that time you'll just stand up and go for your prayer, go for your fasting, etc. So now let's talk about the next precursor, which is patience and persistence is the key. So what I mean by that is Allah is always with the patient and with the person who is consistent on his works. So let me mention this ayah from Surah Al-Baqarah from the Al-Quran, which says that Allah has said, "O you who have believed, seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient." So you have to be patient, patient, and patient, even if you get success in your life. Because we are human beings and we are always hungry. Trust me, dude. Okay, so the next thing I want to mention is that some people will be like, I have to gain Almighty's help because I need success in life. And then they go on and move to pray and fast, etc. And finally they decide that they need Almighty for their whole life. This is how Allah mainly changes your life, because you have started loving Him. So what does all those productivity books nowadays says that to get something big in your life, to become financially stable so that you can give good things to your parents, to your siblings, and to be financially stable yourself, to get something which is actually your passion. All these things need, mainly you have to capture your knowledge, you have to elevate those, you have to apply those in your works, you have to be consistent, and etc. So all those things will actually lead you to success, and the Quran says the similar things. All right, so for that reason Allah has told you to be patient. It's just mentioned in one sentence. Why you need to be patient is because I know there are difficulties in your life, but you know what, after achieving your success, when you turn around and see all those hard works, all those patience you have gained, all those one step at a time kind of terms you have used for your success, all those things will vanish, and what you will just see is happiness. Like what you have achieved, you will just feel that thing. I mean, the feeling of all those patience, all those hard works, all those sleepless nights will just go down, and your happiness will go upwards. So that's what Almighty will do to you. For that reason, it is really necessary to take one step at a time and to be patient. Alright, so the precursors are over, and now let's say you have followed all those points I have mentioned, and now what are the rewards that I have received of following those points? Let me mention one by one. My study life got better. Trust me, if you watch that video of mine where I have mentioned how to study effectively, I have found all those scientific proven ideas of studying effectively after I have really started elevating my life by following those things which are really admired by Almighty. Alright, so this is the point number 1 of getting my study life better. Then the next point was about getting continuous rewards. By the end of this year, I'll be mentioning or some of those achievements I have alhamdulillah received on my life, like on my career till now, and I have been working really hard. I was really tensed about all those things, and I hope inshallah I'll be getting to that point where like I have been working for till now. So yes, I'll be mentioning all those things, all those of my achievements at the end of this year in any video of mine. I hope you will keep an eye on my channel. And also, these are the continuous rewards that I was getting. Yes, there were difficulties, I won't lie, there were difficulties, but as I have told earlier, if there is one difficulty on your life, there are 3 happiness on contrary of that difficulty. Not 3, more than that or less than that, but it's still happiness. All right, the third point which I have achieved was enjoying life in my way. Now you might be asking that you have got no good job yet, you are not even a millionaire or billionaire, you are not financially stable yet, how you can say that you are enjoying your life? Enjoying your life doesn't mean having lots of money, having so much fun every day, like hanging out with friends every time, going on a tour. All these things are happiness, are kind of living your life. But if I am getting one single miracle or one single happiness that might be lesser than 1%, I am still going to say I am enjoying my life in my way. The next point or the next reward is about less anger and less arguments. I have seen one hadith, I think, which mentions that if you know, like if you're in an argument with some of your friends, you know you are right, but you are still not getting into an argument. So for that reason, Allah will give you a house in Jannah. I think this was the hadith. I'll be giving on the screen, and if there is something wrong, please forgive me, I'll rectify it while editing. Okay, so the next reward that I have got is getting specific people in my life. So I have someday prayed that if I have some kind of toxic people in my life, then Almighty, please remove them from my life, because those people can be harmful for me. And trust me, some of people got removed, but I'm still happy, all right, because I have got specific people and I am happy with them. Okay, so the last reward was learn not to stop. I am ready to learn every day, every single moment of my life. All right, I can also learn from you guys, and you can also mention how you found this video in my comment below. And if you have anything newly kind of add in my video or want me to say in my video, then you can also mention that in the comment. I will obviously reply to them. And thank you very much for watching. I really hope you have enjoyed today's video. So please make sure that you have hit that subscribe button, because that really helps me to grow. And you can also be a part of my success, inshallah, in the future if you hit that subscribe button. So if you also want to follow me on Instagram, TikTok, my Facebook page, etc., you can also get those links in the description below, and you can give a hi or DM me, and I will surely reply, because I love making friends and I love meeting new people. Thank you very much for watching. We will meet inshallah in the next video. Till then, stay safe. Assalamu alaikum.